The dating game can be a tough lead-up to finding your one and only, but new research reveals 71% of Australians don't even go on a regular date with their own partner.
So where has all the romance gone? Well, if your dinner conversation is limited to watching other couples in a serious display of public affection, like in this clip from the movie Date Night, well, could be your answer.
Oh boy, look at these two lovebirds.
No. Now, first date.
Nope, he has a ring on. They both do.
No. Married? They're not married. They're sitting on the same side of the booth. That is not a married move.
Showing off is what it is.
How do you even talk to someone sitting on the same side of the booth? You're like craning your neck. Hey, how are you? I'm fine.
Those are definitely wedding rings, though. Ah, this is a family place.
So does every couple need a date night? Joining us with more is relationship and life coach Lindsay Tighe. Good morning to you, Lindsay.
Good morning.
The survey revealed that Australians rarely go on date nights. Now, are we so unromantic compared to the rest of the world?
Oh, well, it certainly suggests from the survey that that is the case. That said, I am very mindful that they have used the term date night, which maybe lots of Aussies don't necessarily refer to. So I think we have to be a little bit cautious around what the survey actually does tell us statistically. That said, I do know that there's certainly scope and room for us to be more romantic generally in our relationships, and I'm looking forward to talking with you a little bit more about some ideas around what we can do there.
Okay, so regardless of what we call it here in Australia, should couples organise more of those so-called date nights, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I think, you know, we will all acknowledge that for anything to work and be successful, we have to invest time and energy and effort into it. So, therefore, I think if we're going to have a great relationship, we have to acknowledge that we need to put time and energy into it. Now, whether, as you said, whether we call it a date night or whether, you know, I think there's some people who probably would just prefer to say, well, actually, I'd like to spend more quality time together, then I think whatever we call it, I think there is no doubt that there's certainly room for improvement, and it's something that will make a difference.
Okay, is there a rule to how often you should try and have a date night? Because it can be hard to juggle everything, you know, kids and school and work.
That's right, and I know we're all extremely busy, so I do think that it is important as a couple that we do sit down and talk about what we can realistically achieve. I do know that certainly when I work with clients that very often we talk about in an ideal world what would we like to do, but very often we can get disappointed when we try and achieve something that doesn't feel realistic. So my suggestion is that we sit down and we talk about what is achievable for us, and we do then make a commitment to make sure we follow through on that. And once we get a bit of momentum, it is possible that we can build up and be able to do something more regularly, but it's important that we actually make a start.
Okay, now if you are stuck for ideas, what are some of the things you can do on a date night with your partner? It doesn't have to be a $1 million restaurant. It can be a walk on the beach at sunset, right?
Absolutely. I think, you know, there's a myriad of possibilities out there, and, you know, one of the things that sometimes we get a little bit stuck, you know, we actually know that we typically think something like 60,000 thoughts a day, and we normally will have 95% of the same thoughts again tomorrow. So I think it's nice if we can sit down and be a little bit creative and think about some ideas of things that we would like to do that we're going to both enjoy. And yes, it may be going to the movies or going to a show or for a meal, but let's not forget that we don't have to spend money. As you said, we can have a nice romantic walk, we can sit and watch the sunset, and we don't have to spend money. It's actually about having that real quality time together doing things that we both enjoy.
There's some really good advice there for all couples. Lindsay, thank you for some inspirational thoughts this morning.
Pleasure.
Good to talk to you.